Hey guys, I was asked to give some feedback on my experience with Kickstarter, so here we go. I made some notes. Alright, we've got some quick pros and cons. Pros, if you're not set up with a website, you don't have a banking account, you don't have a way to process credit cards, Kickstarter's a great way to go because they handle all that for you. You've got a place to put your product. They'll get the money to you so that you can get to producing. That's a great thing. It's a con if you already have a website, you already have a banking account, because there's fees involved. There's fees either way, but it kind of adds up because then you got to pay Kickstarter too. Another pro is exposure. They have an audience that's already there, already looking through stuff regularly. You still need to do some marketing, get your information out there. But again, if you've already got, a customer audience from somewhere else, Instagram, YouTube, your own website, you've got your own email list, you can use that, point your people to like, hey, I got a Kickstarter going on over here. But, then again, you got to weigh the benefits there. But like I said, Kickstarter already has a audience that's looking for things in technology, that's looking for EDC things, that's looking for comic books. They've got audiences already there looking for those. All right, that's about it on the pros and cons. Tips: do your market research. And that's actually what I've kind of used it for in the past. Is like, hey, let me put this out here, see if anybody's interested. If they are, great. Then I'll have production going. I can roll it into my website. But I've not been that successful with it. I've had a couple of them make it, several of them not. But it's just kind of marketing is my best thing. So do the math for your product. What you sell it for is what it's going to sell for, what they're going to give you money for. That's why a lot of them fund and then fall short of getting products out there, or they have to go back and ask for more money later. It gets sketchy. Make sure that what you're selling it for, you can cover it. And remember, it's going to be in the future when you're making these things. So, to kind of take that into account if you're in a volatile market. And don't forget the fees. Kickstarter, you might as well assume 10% is coming out. If you do the math, Kickstarter gets 5%. I think the processing for the credit cards that your customers pay with is 3.5% to 5%. I just always figure 10% is coming off the top. I'm never even going to see it. And don't forget that that's taxable income. So, at the end of the year, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. Some tips I got from Kelvin. Go check out Urban Survival Gear's interview on Within Tolerance podcast. He went through a lot of what he did. He did Kickstarters for 5 years straight, just knocking out pins. Good for him. He's quite an inspiration, and he can give you some insight as to what he did. But he went back and studied successful campaigns. He went and looked at, hey, what worked for people, what didn't. And one of the big takeaways he had was to keep it simple. There's no need to go into these big, long explanations as to what all's going on. Some pictures of what you've got coming out. Some bullet points is like, hey, this is what it'll do for you. This is how much it's going to cost you. That's what a lot of customers are looking for. And if you can get that to them, it's great. Like I said, I started out, the first one I ran was a fire piston. That one failed. I relaunched it and successfully funded that one. I typically overshoot what I think people are going to be interested in over a 30-day period of time. So that's just the way it is. With the most recent one I had, the Tormach hybrid stepper kits, it didn't fund, but I was doing that anyway, and that was basically my market research for, hey, how many people are interested in this, and how badly do they want it? That's pretty much what I used it for. It not funding wasn't the end of the world because I already have a website and everything. I just rolled everything over to there. And if you're interested in hybrid steppers for your Tormach PC NC Series 3, 2, 1. It's compatible with all those. It's actually compatible with the M's also. Of course, you can get servo upgrades from Tormach from that. Check out my website, allevent.org. I got them for sale on there. I'm actually putting together some of the kits right now. I'm just waiting for it to warm up a little bit in here. Winter came back to see us. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much my Kickstarter experience, man. Hit or miss. Made some okay money off of it. Other times, not so much. Oh well. We learn, we grow, and we move on. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.